Hi everyone. Today we are going to have the session for the continuation of aptitude questions in square roots and cube roots. So last session we saw certain questions on how to solve on aptitude questions, and today we'll have the continuation of the other questions on the same topic, square roots and cube roots. So let us start with the session. I have a question today. So the question, root of 3 plus root of 69 plus root of x is equal to 4. We are going to find out what is the value of root x. So the question, you have to find out the value of root x. So as I already said, like root is nothing but the number that when multiplied twice, you get the square of that particular number. See, to remove this square root, I can multiply the same number. So that is what? Removing a square root. That is, if I find out the square of that number, I could remove the square root, and I should do that on both the sides. So to remove the square root, I am going to find out the square root of that particular number, or I am going to square that number. So if I square this, when I am going to square this, automatically the square and the square root gets cancelled. Whatever I do on my right hand side, I am going to do the same on my left hand side also. So it is 4 square. So 3 plus root 69 plus root x is equal to 16. Now I am going to transpose this 3 on the other side. So root 69 plus root x is equal to 16 minus 3, which is root 69 plus root x is equal to 13. Now again I am going to remove the square root, so I am going to square on both the sides so that I could remove the square root. So when I am going to remove it, it becomes 69 plus root x is equal to 13 square, which is 169. Now I want the value of root x, so root x is equal to 169 minus 69, where root x is equal to 100. That's all. So one simple topic or simple tip, if you have to square on both the side, automatically the square root gets cancelled. So square and square root gets cancelled is a single tip that you are going to use in the whole of this question. The next question is, so the next question says that every number under the root is same. So all three root is going to have the same number, and I have only one clue here, 13. That is 9 plus 4 is 13. So 13 divided by, and only if it is same denominator I can take this down, is equal to the same number over here. So whatever number I divide here, I should get the same number there, right? And that too, it should be in root. So we all know that any number which is multiplied with the root is nothing but x square. That is, if root x into root x is nothing but x square. So now I am going to write 13 as root 13, or I can also write 13 in the form root 13 into root 13. Right, I am writing this 13 in the form root 13 into root 13 because I'm sorry, I've just made a mistake here. So root x into root x is nothing but x. It is not x square, it is x. So 13, I can write it as 13 into 13. Now I am going to divide one number, so the answer is also the same. So suppose if I divide it by root 13, my answer is also root 13. So what is this number? The answer is 13. So only one trick I have used here, root x into root x is nothing but x. So the same trick I am using here, 9 plus 4 is 13. Now this 13, how can I split? So root 13 into root 13. When I divide it by root 13, I get the same answer. So my answer is 13. The next question. So an army people has formed certain solid squares which is made up of 38,881 troop, and they made a square, and some people are left out after forming a perfect square, and they are asking how many are left out. So to find out how many left out, the question itself if asked how many left out, our work is to first find out the square root. So I started finding out the square root, and I am going to segregate from the last, as I told that I will pair from the last. Now the first pair is 3, the nearest square is 1, so 1 ones are 1. Subtracting it is 2, and I am bringing out the next set together. And here I will add whatever number is on top. So 28. Next, I am going to multiply and check which number is nearer to this. I may try 26 into 6 or 27 into 7 or 28 into 8. I go with 29 into 9 so that I think that it will be a nearest number, which is 261. Now I am again subtracting this, which gives me 27, and I am going to bring this 81 down, and plus whatever number I multiplied, I should add that, so it is 38. Now again I am going to multiply with number and see 386 into 6 or 387 into 7. I just take a bigger number, so I take 387 into 7, which gives me an answer 2709, and that gives a remainder 72. I don't have any other number to be brought down. I am just left out with this answer. So this is how I find out the left out people. So 72 people are left out. So if the question is find out the left out people or left out chairs or left out benches, left out itself, you will just go with the division method. Whatever is your remainder, that comes under your left out. Now let us see certain tips and tricks over here to find out the squares and square roots. See, if you want to find out a square of a number which is a 2-digit number ending with 5. Suppose your 2-digit number, let it be 25, and you wanted to find out the square of this number. You need not multiply 25 into 25. Instead, I just give you a small trick here. Whatever is my last number, I square that. 5 5s are 25. And whatever is a number given before, I just multiply with the next number. 2 3s are 625. That is all my answer is. So I need not sit and multiply whole. I just find out using a trick. If suppose I want to find out the answer of 65 square, I don't multiply 65 into 65. Using this method, I'll just find out the square of the last number, that is 5 is 5 5s are 25, and 6, the next number is 7, so 6 7s are 42. This would be my answer. So if you want, you can just check, multiply and check if you get this answer, and this tip can be applied only for 2-digit numbers ending with 5. Suppose if you want to find out the square root of a 4-digit number, you need not sit and do long division, or you need not sit and work out any prime factorization method, but instead you can find out in 2 steps. I want to find out the square root of 3844. Now how am I going to find out this is, see, first I am going to segregate it into 2 parts. I have segregated to 2 parts. Now I am going to just check 44. Now what is 44? It ends in 4. When a square number ends in 4? Only when I multiply 2 2s I end in 4, or 8 8s I end in 64. So ending 4 gets by only by 2 numbers. It is either by 2 or 8. Only these 2 numbers when I multiply, I get this ending 4. I found out this. Now I am going to the tens place. Now 38. What is the nearest square of 38? 36. 6 6 are 36. So it is either 62 or 68. Now I want to justify whether it is 62 or 68 properly. So I just go with the 65 square once. 65 square is, as I told by the previous method, 6 7s are 42. 65 square itself is 4225. அப்ப இதை விட இந்த number கம்மியா இருக்கு. So I obviously take 62 is the square root. This is how I find out square root in two easy steps. I don't go for division method, long division method. I'm not solving through any method. I'm only finding out into guessing method now. So first last and it is only applicable for a 4-digit number. Last 2 digits will tell me the end digits, that is the units place. And after that, I just go with the tens place by guessing what is the nearest square number. And after finding out the square number, I just find out what number is a square root. So, these are all small tips and tricks in squares and square roots. We'll just go with the cube and cube roots in our next video session. So, to keep track on the previous content and aptitude question, kindly click on to the link that is given in your description box. Thank you.